Hello everyone and welcome back to Lucky Loaders 15, and yes, we are going to be covering British racing tomorrow, but I'm only going to be giving one tip from Newcastle for their 10 race card, the first British meeting back since the coronavirus lockdown. Looking forward to seeing it, and there's some nice horses on show, but I don't think it's really a card to get too much stuck into. A lot of the horses obviously going to need their run, and it could be a bit of a nightmare tomorrow, but I found one horse that I really do like the look of. I think has a solid chance, and he'll be my nap, and he'll be my last tip in this video. Now, I'm actually going to be focusing two of my other tips for tomorrow on the card at Deauville, where you've got the French 2000 and the French 1000 guineas. And we're going to start off tomorrow with my long shot in the 250 at Deauville for the French 2000 guineas. And I'm going here with a horse called Shining Ocean, which is currently 22 to 1. And that's going to be my long shot bet. I think it's a ridiculous price. And this horse is trained by Christophe Fellon and Christophe Simeen, but for the ride. Now, this horse is really interesting. I would urge anyone, if they've got access to attheraces.com, which everybody should, because the replays are free, go and check this replay out when it won last time at Longshot. It was a really impressive win. He was from the front for most of the way on this horse, Christophe Simeen was. He dictated the race, he dictated the pace of it, and it was a comfortable success. And then he asked the horse to go with about a furlong or so left in the race, and when he kicked, he just went with ease and found another gear, and in the end it was it's such an easy victory, and it was just like a bit of piece of work really on the gallops. That's all it looked like. It was really impressive. And after that race, they supplemented him for this race. So that's interesting that the connections think they must have a good chance. And Simeen has kept the ride as well, where he maybe could have gone and ridden another horse. It's interesting he's decided to stay on board. And he can stay over a little bit further as well. He's gone over 10 furlongs before. And I think the straight track at Deauville shouldn't be a problem for him. And he's got some good form if you actually go back prior to his career. On debut, actually was in a blanket finish when he finished 4th against Ecrivan, who he's going to reoppose tomorrow. My thoughts on Victor Ledurum, some of you probably want to know them. Victor Ledurum, I just think that race was a really messy race, and I don't like the look of it at all. I thought he was far too keen that day. Yes, he probably needed the run, but Andre Fabre, he's really hot and cold at the moment. Every time I think he's starting to turn a corner, his runners then disappoint. He's really hard to catch right at the moment. I know he had a winner today at Deauville, but I just think Victor Ledurum, he's far too short in the market, and I don't rate that form at all last year in the Group 1 Jean-Luc Lagardère. I don't rate it at all. I think it's quite a weak piece of form in my opinion, and I know some people will like the Summit. He was probably the one I would take out of that race, but I thought it was a really messy race. I don't like Ecrivan either. I think he's a really quirky customer, and he always is one of those horses that is very eye-catching, finishing strong late on. That's how he won on debut, funnily enough. I think he's a horse maybe to follow later in the season, and that stable as well are in shocking form. So for me, I think Shining Ocean, it says a lot that they've supplemented him for this race. Christophe Simeen keeps the ride. I was really impressed by his victory last time out, and for me, I think at 22 to 1, that is a huge price, and he could be the one that brings us a prize in the race tomorrow. We then go with my next best, which is in the French 1000 guineas at Deauville, and I have to go with Simeen here. She's been a horse that I've really admired throughout her career so far. I followed her all the time, and she was our nap last time she won at Chantilly, where she only just got up in the closing stages, but it was quite a snug victory. And that horse is trained by Jean-Claude Rouget in the colours of the Aga Khan, and Christophe Simeen, again, the retain rider for this owner, is but for the ride. I think he'll have a good day tomorrow. Now, this horse is undefeated so far. She's 3 from 3. And the form of that last race at Chantilly has worked out okay, because the second horse in that race was a filly called Golden Crown. And Golden Crown finished second in a fairly useful listed contest at Deauville today. So the form's not too bad. Simeen, I think actually the straight track at Deauville will suit her. She's a horse that likes to come off the pace, does work late on. She'll probably get a lead from the likes of Tickle Me Green, who will be trying to get some pace in the race for the likes of Trobo. Trobo is undoubtedly the one to beat, the classiest filly in the race. I don't think there's too much else to worry about. I think it's a match between Simeen and Trobo, but I just have to go with Simeen here, and at the prices I still think she's a bit of value. I'm not going to recommend it, but I wouldn't put anyone off if you want to have the dirt each way at 10 to 3. I think she's one of those horses that she'll either win or she won't. It's a bit of one of these horses, sometimes you get them in this company, it's going to be the hardest race she's ever run in. She's not even entered listed or group company yet, so it's going to be a sink or swim, and I think she'll swim, but no, I mean, she'll probably sink. But yeah, I just think there's something special about this Simeen. She's always won very cosily on all her starts. She's never really been popped the question, and for me, yeah, 10-3, she represents still a little bit of value there. We then go with my nap, my only tip in the UK for tomorrow's racing, and we go to the 355, where we're going with a horse here called Rock of Diamond. There is currently 4-1 with bookmakers at the moment. Again, you could do the dirt each way with a 4-1. I think that's not a bad bet, but I'm going to recommend a win-only bet. Trained by Simon Crisford, and he's now sticking, I can't remember if it's his son or brother, but Ed Crisford is now on the licence, and that's something you're going to see a lot more. You'll see quite a few trainers now. You can take out joint licences, so that's something you will see. And they've booked Sylvester de Souza. When it was just Simon Crisford on the licence, they had a 27% strike rate in the last 5 years when teaming up together. So definitely always keep an eye out for that combo. But this horse, I think, has got a really good opening mark of 74 tomorrow. Finished second and third on his 2 starts so far on the all-weather at Lingfield, and also as well at Wolverhampton. He's always just hit the front a little bit too early, and he's been running over 7 furlongs, and I think dropping back in trip tomorrow off 6 furlongs will really suit him. On the downside of his pedigree, he's got more of a stayers pedigree, but on obviously his sire's side, Society Rock was a good top class sprinter, and I think he's going to take more after his dad, and he's an exciting 3-year-old. He's lightly raced, he's unexposed. Simon Crisford as well, when he had his name on the licence, had a good record at Newcastle as well, and they always seem to be pretty much in form. A good stable to follow, and for me at 4-1, I think that's value there. And if the money's down, he could maybe go off shorter than 3-1. I think he's a nice horse in the making, and they finally found the right trip for him, and he could be one to watch in handicaps this season. But they're my 3 best bets for tomorrow's racing. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more videos here on my YouTube channel at LuckyLoaders15. You can also follow me as well using my handle at social media at LuckyLoaders15. Also as well, for you guys that like to follow the statistics, I'll put my results up tomorrow on Twitter. We had a profitable couple of weeks whilst tipping in France. We will probably still have the odd French tip, but as we get more into the British racing, we're going to keep the format the same, and we'll have more tips obviously from the UK because it's where I'm from. But I've enjoyed dabbling in the French action, and there's definitely some money to be made out there. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but if you sat and you've watched it, I'm sure you would have picked up some key trends in that, and especially it's a good thing at the moment where trainers are out of form, you can lay against them and take them on. So yeah, for me, I think French racing is going to be here to stay on my YouTube channel, and hopefully we can have some more winners there in the future. And those results from where we're going to start back to zero will be published on my website, which you can go out and check, www.chrisloaderracing.co.uk. They'll be on my website at the end of June for June statistics, and we'll always keep a running total in the description box below. But enough of me waffling on and on. I hope you gamble responsibly, hope you enjoy the racing, which returns back at Newcastle tomorrow, and we'll be seeing you soon.